Hey folks, today is Friday, September 29th, 2017, and as usual, it's me, Jake Baldino, here to talk about some video game stuff that has been going on this week. There is one big elephant in the room we gotta talk about, but first, I want to break something down that's very interesting. We're talking about Skyrim again, for a odd reason. Bethesda has announced Skyrim Survival Mode, an all-new mode and a new way to play the game, where the map is completely mapped out in different cold zones, so you need to wear more clothing and higher armor ratings in order to protect yourself from the cold. There's also a new hunger mechanic that affects all types of things from health to fatigue. You can't fast travel, the amount of stuff you can carry is practically cut in half, and basically it's making it a realistic survival sim, which is actually kind of cool. I think this mode would have done really well if it was included in the game back in the day, because a lot of people kind of would actually want to play the game like that. Maybe not everyone, but hey. And honestly, it's also a mod. We've seen it out there. People have designed the game to make it to be played this way, and that's part of the controversy. But it is on Bethesda Creation Club. Yes, the whole paid mod things that people aren't really happy with right now. So that's kind of leaving a bad taste in some people's mouths. Interestingly enough, though, for those who choose to select and download it, it will be free for 1 week, but after that, you're going to have to pay for it. So this is essentially a paid mod that Bethesda is putting out themselves. Right now, it's in beta for PC, and it's going to be dropping on PS4 and Xbox One next month. So if it's something you want to play, I'm not going to shame you for that at all, because it does sound like it's a lot of fun, but the way Bethesda is implementing it just makes you stop and think for a sec. But of course, that's just me. Speaking of something totally off topic, the giveaway that we always do, the console giveaway. One lucky guy we picked randomly actually managed to be kind of local to us, so we decided to just kind of show up on his doorstep and surprise him with it. And it was just a good time. Thanks for letting us hang out, Phillips. Enjoy your PS4, man. But now we gotta talk about Red Dead Redemption 2. Of course, we got the new trailer that dropped after it was announced that we were getting a trailer last week, and surprise, the trailer is interesting. Honestly, at first, I was completely underwhelmed. We all were. But then after making a video about it and watching it over and over and over again, I think it's a really good trailer, and I'm excited a lot. You play as this new dude named Arthur Morgan, and he's a bad guy. He's a criminal. He's part of Dutch's gang. He seems like he's not the nicest dude, and I think that's interesting. That's a Rockstar game. You're playing as a criminal, and he looks incredible. The Uncanny Valley is like really weird there. He seems like a charming, suave kind of dude who's also just an evil cowboy, and I'm really into that. And of course, everybody's asking, where's John Marston? Where's John Marston? There's tons of speculation of him popping up in the trailer, where he's really going to fit into this story. I talked about it a little bit in our trailer breakdown video we put out yesterday, so go check that out and let me know what you think. We put this as news we wanted to talk about this week. I don't know why. I follow Vin Diesel on Instagram, and he's funny and cringy. But what we're talking about is Microsoft created a one-of-a-kind Xbox One S that is essentially honoring Paul Walker's character, Brian O'Connor, from Fast and Furious. I could pull his name out of a hat just because I love those movies so much. And honestly, this Xbox One S has the paint job design kind of like the Mitsubishi, his first car from the first movie, and I think it kind of looks gross.
Yeah.
That type of thing has not aged well.
Also, they couldn't get the fastest Xbox. They still had to put on the S.
Oh! The thing about this, though, it's Vin Diesel and Paul Walker's brother working with Microsoft for a charity event. It's called Reach Out Worldwide. It's for a global disaster relief fund, especially with what has been going on recently. And a raffle is $20, and they draw who wins the Xbox on October 1st. That's really it. I don't know. Honestly, I just wanted an excuse to talk about Fast and Furious just for like a second. It's a long night. Without you, my friend. But something that I didn't think I would talk about is Call of Duty Infinite Warfare's multiplayer. I don't know if you guys saw this, but in the featured playlist, there's a new game mode called Gesture Warfare that popped up, and this is essentially deathmatch-style modes where your gun is simply animated hand gestures. You can unlock different ones, and it's really, really cool. You look at the videos of this. This is great. This is similar to what they've done in the past with that prop mode, but I think this is really creative, and I just love when developers do stuff like this. They didn't have to, but they did, and honestly, it's good for a laugh. If you have Infinite Warfare, fire it up. We've been wanting a reason to talk about God of War for a while. Little details have been piling up, and I think now it's the time. We got a new trailer that isn't really a trailer. It highlights concept art and enemy designs for the Draugr. Is that how you say it? Draugr? It's Norse mythology zombies that like live in caves and tombs, and they come out and they kill you. They're going to be doing these trailers for enemy designs, and they're really good. They're really well done, and it's interesting. It's a nice little tease. They also put out a podcast, a creative team, kind of outlining their process behind the design of these creatures. And what I thought was interesting is that they mentioned that they were doing stuff for trolls, ogres, Draugr, and even dragons. And that's pretty sick. They broke down how they essentially approach these things that have to come from some sort of mythology, and then they kind of give them a little bit of a God of War spin on them, which kind of just to me just makes them obnoxious character designs. And you know what? Fine. I'm all about it. Also, a few weeks back, we didn't cover it. Cory Barlog did drop some little bits of information. It's very interesting about Kratos' seemingly son, Atreus, who apparently is well versed in a bunch of magical incantations, and he's key to solving a lot of puzzles in the game, which I knew he would help Kratos in the whole process, but I didn't expect it to be implemented that way, so that is interesting. But another thing that I thought was really cool was they were breaking down the new animation processes, and 80% of the animations are motion captured compared to the original God of Wars, where 90% of it was keyframes and 10% of it was animated. That's huge. That's cool, man. Video game technology is cool. I don't know. There is more stuff that we don't have time to cover, but there's some good compilations online, so I kind of just put a bunch of links in the description. Go check them out. Also, one little carryover that was published on YouTube from Tokyo Game Show. We got a good chunk of straight up gameplay from Detroit Become Human. If you're interested in that, it's worth checking out because number one, the game looks gorgeous, but number two, it just looks like a Quantic Dream game. Whether you like that or not, that definitely seems like it's what you're getting here.
How David Cage is it?
It's David Cage as hell, dude. Now, this is in the news again. Can we talk about this Atari Box thing? They've officially announced that the price is going to be ranged from $249 to $299 US, and we still don't really know what it does. Essentially, it's a custom Linux-based machine, which, oh boy, Linux, hooray! It's got an AMD processor and a Radeon graphics card, and they have been talking this thing up. Like, we keep getting emails about it, and the marketing that they put behind this thing is ridiculous. Especially considering we still don't know totally what it's going to do. It's going to have pre-installed old Atari games, so you can get that old Atari experience, but they're talking up that it's going to be able to play tons of new stuff. We don't know what that is at all. We know it's not going to be just a set-top box that plays Android games. They said that it is not just going to be an Android box, so that's good, but we don't really know what this thing actually has in store. But what they have also announced is that they are going to be launching an Indiegogo for it, and I didn't expect them to launch that way. That actually kind of sucks. I mean, it doesn't suck from their perspective. It's a good way to estimate production amounts because I don't think this thing will be absolutely huge, but I'm still curious to see where this goes because it's just very strange. And honestly, I'm just like a hardware nerd because we don't know what this thing does yet, but the design of the box is really nice. I think we can all agree on that. But in some darker news, unfortunately, it looks like Volition has laid off 30 of its staff. This is a team of roughly just under 200, most notably recently coming off of Agents of Mayhem, but they're the guys behind the Saints Row games, Red Faction. They also made that freaking awesome Punisher game for PS2 and Xbox, but that's besides the point. I think basically what this is coming down to Agents of Mayhem being a bit of a failure. And that's unfortunate for people that do usually make otherwise great games. I wasn't a fan of Agents of Mayhem, but I hope those people that got laid off find themselves back on their feet. But something I do want to acknowledge is this Battlefront 2 video that dropped. This is essentially more of like a trailer, but a comprehensive breakdown of the new stuff in the game. And basically it's a video designed to, just say, hey, sorry about the first game. We're trying to pick it up from there. We're trying to really overkill this time because we know that's what you guys want. We want more content. That's what I got from the trailer. I was burned with the last Battlefront game, but I am also a Star Wars fan, so I am willing to give it a try. I was still skeptical, though, and I do think this trailer kind of won me over. It seems like there's a good amount of modes, a good amount of characters, vehicles, and stuff, content to warrant a purchase. But of course, especially for the cynical, I get it. We won't really know until the game comes out. But that's what's going on this week. It's a light week, but now we got to do that console giveaway we do every single week. You know how it goes down. There's a link below. You click it to sign up. You enter once, then you're entered for good. And then every single week we go in and randomly choose one person to win a free console of their choice. Last week's winner, there was a problem. They actually deactivated their account. We contacted them. Nobody got back to us. So we're going to pick 2 winners this week just to make up for that. They're right here. Congratulations to both of you. Be sure to keep an eye on your spam box and your inbox because I'm going to be getting in touch with you soon to find out how we can send you your stuff. But now we got to talk about what is going on this week. First of all, Battlefront 2. How do you feel about it? Are you skeptical? I get it. Are you willing to give it another try? And Skyrim survival mode, is that something you can get down with? Have you played that through regular mods back in the day? Or are you willing to jump in now this time? Would you pay money for a Paul Walker Edition Xbox? For some reason, I think I would. How do you feel about the Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer? If you haven't told us already, I want to hear that. And also, this Atari Box. Are you curious? There's no reason to buy it yet because they haven't given us a reason, but would you? Let's talk about any of this stuff down in the comments. I'll be down there talking to you guys as much as possible. But if you got anything else for me, you know where to find me. Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Jake Baldino. But thank you guys for coming around every Friday. We really appreciate it here. Clicking the like button does help us out. But if you're new, you should subscribe because we put out stuff like this all the time. We got Before You Buy on Cuphead and SNES Classic coming out. I'm working hard on those, so be sure to keep your eyes peeled. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Pizza's on me. And I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. See you again.